All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing how to read the tape, specifically looking at time and sales and level 2. This is something that I get asked quite often, and honestly, the level 2 and time and sales, it is something that you're going to have to use over time and you're going to get more used to it. But in this video, I am going to show you the basics as well as discussing what I look for in the time and sales and the level 2. And then real quick, in case you guys didn't know, I did end up releasing my trading ebook, which is currently 482 pages long. I've been working on this book for almost a year, so if you guys would like to order the book, it is going to be the first link down in the description. But yeah, let's hop into the video. Okay, so if we're looking at AMD on this chart right here, you can see I have the 10 minute, the 3 minute, and then the 1 minute all the way over here. I'm covering up the 1 minute, but then the 5 minute. Those are the time frames that I prefer to watch when I'm actually trading. So now I have multiple videos on my channel, how to plot support and resistance, how to find price targets, how to find your entries, your exits, so on and so forth. But if we look over here to the right, we can see that I have my time and sales and my level 2. So first, looking at the level 2, basically what the level 2 is these are limit orders in the market. Now, right here is going to be the exchange that is trying to purchase or sell shares. So if we're looking on the left side of the level 2, we can see the bid and BS. The bid is where the buyers are currently at. These are limit orders, and the exchange, let's just say the NASDAQ keeps popping up, NSDQ. Well, the NASDAQ is trying to buy at 104.57 on the bid, and you can see this is constantly changing as different orders are coming through. So remember, the bid is for the buyers. Now on the BS, you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Basically what these are lots of 100 shares. So if a 4 pops up, that means that person is trying to buy 400 shares at whatever the bid is. If an 8 pops up, that means they're trying to buy 800 shares. If a 87 pops up, that means they're trying to buy 8,700 shares. If a 342 pops up, that means they're trying to buy 34,200 shares. So again, it's whatever pops up on the bid multiplied by 100. Now remember, these are limit orders in the market, meaning they are waiting for price to come to this level and get filled on their order. Now on the flip side, we also have the ask. So this is going to be where these exchanges are looking to sell their shares. So if we're looking at the ask, we can see again all these multiple different exchanges. This is where they are waiting for price to come up to get filled on their sell orders. Now again, the AS is going to be in lots of 100. If a 5 pops up, that means they're trying to sell 500 shares at that current price. If an 8 pops up, that means they're trying to sell 800 shares at the current price, so on and so forth. Now, looking at the time and sales, these are going to be market orders being put into the market. A market order is basically saying, get me in or out of this trade as quickly as possible. So if it's green, that means that it was a buy. If it's red, that means it is a market sell. So the time and sales is pretty straightforward. The level 2 is a little more complex. You got to get really good at reading the level 2. And my biggest suggestion is going to be recording the level 2 on your screen. So download OBS or whatever recording software you want to use and just have it record the time and sales and level 2. And then what you want to do is you want to play it on half speed and start looking for these big orders coming in either on the buy side or the sell side. So now piecing these two things together, let's say that I'm looking for a break on AMD above high of day at 105.58. Well, say AMD is coming up to 105.58 and there's a huge seller of, let's just say, a 47 lot, meaning they're trying to sell 4,700 shares. Again, they have their ask price at 105.58. What you want to see is you want to see the time and sales come up to that 105.58 area, and you want to see the buyers start to digest the sell order that is sitting over here on the level 2. And it's going to be the same thing to the downside. So say you're looking for puts and there's a big buy order just sitting at, let's say, 104, and AMD is coming down to 104. Well, as the price drops to that 104 level, you want to see the sellers start to digest that buy order and clear that buyer. If that's the case, more than likely AMD is going to continue to drop after that. Now, at the same time, you also want to make sure that the side that you're trying to follow is showing a clear price. So again, if we're waiting for a break above 105.60, We don't want to see it come up to 105.62 and the buyers only buying in lots of 100, 200, 300 while the sellers are selling in lots of like 600, 800, 1000, so on and so forth. So when a level is broken, you want to see that side show a clear presence. So if AMD were to break above 105.60, I want to see the buyers showing a presence with the lots being higher than what's popping up on the sell side. So instead, I would rather see the 5, 6, 7, 8s pop up on the buy side and the 1s and 2s kind of just sitting over here. Because what is that going to tell us? That's going to tell us that the buyers are clearly showing a presence and there's not too many sellers in that stock. If that's the case, AMD is more than likely going to continue to go up in price. So essentially with the level 2, once it breaks above a level and I see that the buyers are clearly showing a presence and I make sure that the time in sales is also confirming the move, that is typically when I'm going to get into the trade. And to be honest with you, I would say like 80 to 90% of the time, I'm looking at the level 2 when I'm actually in the trade. I'm not really even looking at the chart because I'm just trying to see, okay, are the buyers showing a presence? Are they still willing to push this thing up in price? And at the same time, I'm trying to pinpoint any big sellers on the level 2. So maybe, this thing breaks above 105.60 and there's a huge seller sitting at 106.8. Well, we know what's more than likely going to happen to AMD. Once it comes up to 106.8, it's more than likely going to come up to that level and we're going to notice some price action. Therefore, as a result, as AMD is coming up to that level, I'm going to look to trim some of my position, just depending on how big the sell order is. Like if it's a huge sell order, then I'm more than likely going to sell some of my position when it comes up. Then from there, I'm going to move my stop loss up. And what I want to see when we hit that huge seller again is the time in sales digesting that huge sell order. If that is able to happen, the stock is more than likely going to go up. However, let's say that this person was trying to sell 8,000 shares at 106. So there's going to be an 80 sitting right here. What's more than likely going to happen if AMD were to come up to that level, you would notice that 80 start dropping as that seller is getting filled. So maybe it drops down to like 32. Well, a little bit more than half of their position was filled, but they're still trying to sell 3,200 shares. And you'll be able to see this in the time and sales tab. And it's going to be the same thing to the downside. But yeah, that's essentially how you're going to read the tape. Again, most of it is going to come down to experience. So the best way to get good at reading time and sales in level 2 is just going to be looking at it day after day. Again, biggest suggestion is going to be take a recording of your screen and then play it back in half speed or even quarter of a speed. That way you can really digest the numbers that are coming in. That's how I learned how to read the level 2, and I highly suggest it to anybody else. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video on how to read the tape and you would like to see more videos on this, make sure to click that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Comment down below letting me know you want more. But yeah, everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.